What did we just discover was delicious?
Peanut butter and pretzels.
Pretzel rods dipped in a thing of peanut butter.
And now it's getting gross because the peanut butter's low, and so the rods can only go so far in.
I hate that.
And I came out with my hands all covered, but I was so yummy still. I went back.
So yummy when the rods covered peanut butter.
Yeah, we're not. We have moments.
We have some moments. Today I had noodles in my cleavage, so.
She did. You know, it's that thing everybody happens every day.
It happens.
How did you say it too? It was so funny.
I said, oh, there's a noodle in my cleavage.
Like it was just common.
I was eating a cup of noodles. Okay? Cup of noodles.
Poor person's.
Funny enough, yeah. Poverty diet. I got into my skinny pants today. But I feel a little fat in my skinny pants.
And I'm in my fat pants, and I don't feel skinny.
Oh,
These used to be my fat pants, and now they're tight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Maybe I need them.
Have you tried not having any money to buy food?
I don't, but I'm still eating crap.
It's a problem. It's a real problem. Trust in the process.
We do.
Yeah.
And we do. We said that. We're on the right path. We know that.
Yes.
And so if we were, and this is a testament to BNI too, if we didn't meet each other, I don't know if we'd be on this path.
Oh, God.
The same path we've been on.
I never would have left Starbucks. I would have given up years ago.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or just been like,
we have those
getting
moments.
by, you know? Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of moments, who are you?
Am I having a moment? Do I know who I am? Kim Mogard.
That's so
And
lovely.
who are you?
I'm Courtney
Skinny Pants.
Skinny Pants Roman.
Yes.
Courtney Skinny Pants Roman. And who are we?
We are the
Boss of Frederick. So we met each other through BNI.
We did.
We're BNI besties.
Yeah.
We met each other through BNI. We figured out episodes ago that it was either 3 or 4 years.
We had the first picture of our one-to-one in Newmarket.
It's true. We posted it on our Instagram page.
February of 23, right?
Yeah, it's true. Why do I bring up BNI?
Why do we bring up BNI? I wonder why.
I was like, we have one of our head in charge. We can cut that if we need to.
HBIC.
HBIC of BNI Central Maryland.
Absolutely. We're so excited. You were the first person we thought about when we started doing this.
She
So
said that for 6 people. You're the first person we wanted on the show.
Well, you're top 5. No, I'm kidding. No, but you were the first. We really did. There was a few people that kind of kept bumping in our heads. We're like, oh, that'd be a good one. But you really are
absolutely
top of mind for this.
Yeah,
so let's introduce who we have.
Yeah, so who are you?
I'm Ann Brennan, and I am the executive director of BNI Central Maryland, which is a franchise. So I am the owner of BNI Central Maryland.
Yeah, you are.
Can I add that for you guys, I say to every chapter, you're my favorite, because when I'm with you, you're my favorite.
Right.
Right? And so...
But we're actually her favorite.
Yes, you're actually
BNI Millionaire Makers.
Did you tell her what you did to AJ? We'll tell her later.
Oh, God, it sounds so threatening. What did you do to AJ? It's a mystery. No, we visited our meeting last week or a week before, whatever it was. On a slide, I said, like, normally I say, like, guest of or invited by who. And I said, wishes he was part of this chapter.
He probably does. Poor AJ. We give him such hell.
Poor guy.
He was fun. He's fun to play with. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. But when you said that, we joke about it. But it really is. And we say about our guests, too. Like, every guest we have is great on our podcast for various reasons. So we are so excited to have you. So
we are very excited. You were really top 3.
Top of mind.
Yeah. Top, definitely.
So I have to tell you, I told the story before when I was in Australia and for the global conference. When I was at the conference, I went to lunch with somebody and my phone dinged and I looked at it and I got this huge smile on my face and the guy's like, "Is it your boyfriend?" And I mean that kind of smile is so happy. And I was like, "No, it's one of my members." He was like, "Do you love them that much?" And I'm like, "I do." Like, it really is. It's fun. So when I say, "Oh, this is my favorite chapter," I'm like, that's because I love all my chapters.
Yeah,
right?
They're all good.
Yeah,
except that one. I don't know who. Who is it?
Going unnamed. No, they're not going there.
Can't say that I'm an ambassador too.
No, they're all great for different reasons. And that's what I love about BNI too, is we are all business owners with like colliding together, but we all have different personalities and each chapter creates its own personality too. So that's, it's like not cookie cutter, across the board. So it is fun. It's different chapters for different reasons.
Yeah. Well, and you think about it, it's not just, so it could be, I mean, there's lots of personalities, so I guess it's not a fair thing to say, but like you could have a cranky chapter, right?
Yeah.
But not in BNI because you have positive. Like everybody's got this positive attitude. And when you don't have one, man, that person doesn't last very long, right? If they don't have a positive attitude, if they don't have that going for them, it don't last very long.
No, not at all. Because like
I wonder, how do they last in business too? Like BNI is really that core support of a business owner. You really should have all of those values. So if people come in and they say it's not working, I'm like, well, is your business working?
Right. It's like,
because like you have to have those relationships and the positivity and the...
Well, people are always like, oh, BNI has like rules and all this stuff. And I'm like, I mean, yes, it does. But if you're doing it right, it shouldn't be that hard to get the metrics right.
Well, think about accountability. So this is, I actually have been going through, I just did my new member orientation today. And I went through and I named all of the core values. And then I was like, there's one missing. And did anybody know which one? And it was accountability. And I'm like, because I want to talk about accountability differently. Because yes, you're a president, right? Yeah. Courtney's a president, and you hold people accountable because we have to. You have to show up to the meetings. But the accountability part is me, right? Or you. It's us. And for me, I should be, as a business owner, I should be going out and meeting people. I should be networking. I should be giving referrals to people and giving back to people. I should be doing all these things. But I get too busy and everything else is more important. And so I don't. And so we hold each other accountable we hold ourselves accountable by being there. And yes, we hold each other accountable. But it's an opportunity to hold ourselves accountable. So if we think of it that way, instead of thinking of like when somebody says there's so many rules, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It just makes you do the things you should be doing.
Yeah.
Right? Really.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you should be meeting with people, like regardless of what networking organization you're in. If you're running a small business, and you don't have a community of people around you, it's like you're not doing it right. Before BNI, like I used my part-time job to like make connections. Like that was the point of it. I used it for that. So it's like it's built in so much to BNI that it's all sort of set up already. Not talking about accountability. How are you going to remember to take allergy pills?
They're sitting on the counter. There's really no excuse for not taking an allergy pill. I have no idea. My mornings start really. That's actually, they start early.
Yeah. So
what time?
Tell us about that.
What's a normal day in the life of Anna Brennan?
A little sneak peek here. A day in the life of Anna Brennan.
Day in the life. Well, it almost always starts with a BNI meeting, right? So Monday mornings I have that's the hardest. Monday mornings are the hardest because I have. Now we're launching 4 chapters, and I have a 7:15 launch pad meeting.
Right.
That's right.
And then, so it ends at 8:15, and I have 9 o'clock coffee with Ann.
Yeah.
So the good news, actually, this is probably a really good entrepreneur thing. I did this cool thing in January. What was it? January? It's December. In December, I asked for Christmas from my husband, 3 days in a hotel by myself.
Nice.
So I was like, I want 3
amazing.
days in a hotel by myself, and I don't want anybody to talk to me. And I went into the hotel, and I literally sat for 3 days and thought about and worked on my business. And one of the things I realized was I am the bottleneck, right? I am the one.
Same.
I'm the bottleneck. And so people will say, hey, Ann, can you whatever it is. Can you mark that as reconciled? Can you send me this? Can you, whatever it is, it's something they want. And I always say yes. And now, after spending 3 days in the hotel, I say, no, actually, let me introduce you to Anastasia.
Yeah.
Because Anastasia or Miguel or Brian or Courtney or somebody can answer that question. Because if they're waiting for me, they could be waiting for 5 days before I send my email. Right?
You said you get 300 emails a day.
A day.
Yeah.
And 600, I'm not kidding. I get 600 texts, at least 600 texts. I got 666 the other day. I was like, that is not a good sign.
That's not good. That's insane. 600 text messages?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I get bogged down in my
10.
I get overwhelmed with like 50 emails a day, and I'm like, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But no, we were literally just talking about that because our guest 2 or 3 weeks ago is Rita Powell, Ignite Consulting, but she always talks about guardrails in terms of AI, but you really have to set guardrails in terms of yourself as well. And, as business gets busier, I've also been realizing I'm kind of the bottleneck too. So it's like being able to strategically pick out the things to say no to
Yes.
versus what you're just, because it's like especially as women, I think we feel like we need to take care of everybody around us.
Yeah.
And then we're bad if we say no, but really like it makes you a better functioning human being if you learn to say no to the things that just are a little bit further out of your scope or like things you just can't realistically do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we talked about both of us are kind of people pleasers, and I think females in general are more people pleasers at heart. So we always feel bad saying no. But today I said no for the first time to an opportunity that was presented that the old me would have jumped on it. But I was like, it's not a good decision right now. I just have to say no. And it's okay to say no. I still feel bad and guilty, but you have to know your boundaries.
Yeah.
And it actually empowers me more versus feeling I have to do everything all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But people pleasing is a big thing. And for me, it's people pleasing and FOMO.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the other thing is people respect it.
Yeah.
And actually, I think sometimes they're jealous of it, right? So it happened. 2 things that I did that I was like, oh God, this feels so icky. I wish I wasn't doing this, but I think I need to do it. But I wish I wasn't. Should I do it? Like I really second guessed myself. And you guys have probably seen both of them. One is when people ask me for a 1-to-1. You probably haven't because actually I always will do a 1-to-1 with you. I would
Everybody will.
But you can't have a 1-to-1 with every
I can't have a 1-to-1.
chapter.
And so I have an email that goes back that says it's automatic. If they ask for a 1-to-1, Miguel sends it out automatically. And it says, I can't do a 1-to-1, but you can come to coffee with Ann or drinks with Ann or lunch with Ann. You could come to my meeting, which is, every Friday. If you come to my meeting and check with me ahead of time, because sometimes I have a meeting within the meeting right afterwards, like a leadership meeting. Yeah. But check with me afterwards. I usually stay an hour after any meeting. Mm-hmm. Find out what my schedule is that week. If I'm going to an in-person meeting, I'm staying an hour, so you'll get some time. Or you can call me on the phone. And there's a chance I'll answer the phone, right?
In between the 300 text messages.
Exactly. Well, I'll answer them as much as I can because it's like, oh, that's one time I can get that done, right?
Yeah.
But if I can't answer it, I won't answer it. So you're not bugging me because if you call me and I don't answer,
no loss.
Right, no loss.
So her being on this show is really special.
I know. We got her coveted moment.
I know, really.
On a Friday afternoon.
And you had to drive up here.
On a holiday weekend. Yeah, you come up. 270 is not a bunch of lava.
Oh,
you could make it work, right?
That was crazy. And then the other thing I did, and this one made me cringe as well, is an email. When you email me, you're going to get something back that basically says, you probably don't need me. You probably need Anastasia. If your question's about this, it's Anastasia. And if it's this, it's Miguel. And so I started sending them out and I cringed and I was like, oh God, what are people going to say? And the response has been great. Like the biggest is
they don't even know.
Yeah.
Because it's like a nice flow chart. It's like this.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing is people are like, oh, I should do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That's the biggest thing.
100%.
Oh, I should do that. Right.
Yeah. Because I think like in business, especially small business, you ask somebody how they are and they're like, oh, I'm good. I'm really busy. It's like busyness is like a good thing, but like there's too busy. Like, I don't want to be busy all the time. I want to be, like, sustainable. That was my word for the year. I want a schedule that feels balanced between personal life and business and creative and admin and all this stuff. It's like, I don't necessarily just want to be busy for the sake of being busy. Like, I've been there where it's like I had a bunch of meetings that could have been...
That's not productive busyness.
Yeah, exactly.
Busy. As you said that, I don't remember my word.
I don't remember my word either.
Oh, my gosh.
I had a good one, too.
I don't know.
Oh, intentional.
She wasn't very intentional about remembering her word.
But that is true because and that was about that, tying into that intentionality about all that I do. So you can keep yourself busy 24/7, but is it intentional work that you're doing?
Yeah.
I can sit all day and just maintain my emails and do like busy work, but how intentional, like every day, like I've started to time block, not very good at following my own time block, but intentional about 2 hours a day is this, 2 hours a day is that, and then maintenance all the time, and I blocked off 2 days a week for meetings, like not doing meetings, but that keeps you on the right path to stay busy, but more intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you've done that too, right? Where you blocked off?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of go like day by day. I have different sort of focuses. Wednesday's like more of an editing day or like a shoot day. And then, Mondays are admin. I try not to have meetings. Tuesdays end up being a lot of meetings because we have our BNI meeting. And just trying to keep certain things open for certain times. But, because Katie Hanna was on the podcast and she's really big into like protecting your time, protecting your schedule and stuff. So this is also really great to do this podcast and talk to other business people, business owners and professionals who are doing the same thing. I think it also has helped me realize how similar we all are and feel. I think that feeling of like overwhelm and not sure what we're doing and like trying to protect ourselves without burning ourselves out or whatever, like it's a very common theme.
Yeah,
in all stages of business.
And that's where BNI, I would say, comes into play, because we are not trying to go into my industry, but we're all our own little islands.
Yeah, exactly.
But BNI gives you that village that really helps, because you can sit there and say, as a business owner, I am so struggling with my bookkeeping. Oh, somebody's gonna help take that off my plate.
Yeah,
I don't know how to market myself. Ooh. Somebody's there to help me. So being in that, and it doesn't matter your industry, like we could talk to anybody and still have the same relatable stuff with our business. Like you and I have very separate businesses, but we're still finding common ground and how to collaborate with each other within our businesses. And just everybody has bad days.
Yeah,
and the kind of
boss bitches have bad days.
We do. Oh,
sometimes we run out of gas in the driveway.
You have to see that. She ran out of gas in our driveway here, driving out of our office. And she called me one morning. She's like, how close are you? I'm like, what do you need? She's like, I ran out of gas. I said, where'd you run out of gas? And I pulled up, and she's just sitting there like literally almost to the street. She literally drove until there was no gas left. And her poor car said, nope. So then she had to I got her with the walk of shame with her gas can, because we had to take her over to Royal Farms.
She had way too much fun with this.
I did. And I still, awesome. All day long, I was laughing at her, and I still watched the video and just started laughing.
And then today I came in and I was like, guess what? My gas tank's on E.
Oh, she does not learn. So mine counts down. It has little numbers.
Yeah.
And I said to my husband, I still have a mile.
Yeah, you have.
She's a person.
I've gone like 30 or 40 when it says I have nothing left.
That's a question for our guests to know something about
when
psychology.
When do you fill up your tank?
I get a quarter tank. I'm nervous. I fill up at a quarter tank because that thing can drop quick between quarter and E.
But do you do that in business and personal life for stuff too?
Ooh,
I'm a procrastinator in all the other parts of my life.
I run on zero in absolutely everything I'm doing.
She does, and I attest to that.
100%.
Yeah, I'll do that. I will run myself until I have nothing left. Yeah.
And she gets sick.
Yeah.
You get sick then?
I got
you were sick for a long time.
Yeah.
And it does make a difference.
Well, and do you guys know the story about the pneumonia and how bad it got? And what I would do is every morning I'd get up and I'd go to a BNI meeting. And I did for the entire week. And then Friday is my meeting, right? So Friday I went to my meeting and I was sitting there and I was like really sagging. And then I was like literally thinking, if I lay on the floor to go to sleep, will they panic or will they know I just need to go to sleep?
Oh my gosh, it's giving like Leslie Knope when she had the flu and she's like, I'm fine. And then she just
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, exactly. And Andy Dwyer's like, Leslie, I Googled your symptoms. It looks like you have internet connectivity issues because he was just offline.
I'm sorry, are you leaving? I thought we had a meeting.
No, we do. It's just I think it's a little chilly in here.
Are you okay? Your eyes are glassy.
Oh my God. Is she sick? Are you sick?
No.
Yeah, she's sick. That's why I'm wearing this and misting myself with hand sanitizer.
I have to get out of here. I have 2.8% body fat. My body's like a microchip. A grain of sand could destroy it.
Leslie, go home.
No, I can't. I can't go home. I have to get ready for the Chamber of Secrets.
Commerce.
If this meeting does not go perfectly, then the Harvest Festival is going to be over before it began. I cannot go home.
Okay, then who's your doctor?
Anne's my doctor. And she's the most beautiful nurse in the world.
Come on.
Oh, God, now I'm hot. Now it's really hot in here.
Okay, well, that's your fever.
Leslie, I typed your symptoms into the thing up here, and it says you could have network connectivity problems.
It was so funny.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. No, it was totally. And then that's when I was like, okay, yeah, they would panic. I know they would call an ambulance. They would think,
Yeah.
And this would be a big problem. But I'm just really sleepy. So I went home and went to the doctor.
And found out what you had.
Yeah.
Is that when you decided to add in the emails that come out and some of that stuff?
That's part of it. Yeah. I mean, it kind of happened slowly. And doing that, I mean, it really was nerve-wracking. But one thing that happened was Sarah Evans did this exercise. You know, I work with her as a coach.
She's awesome.
She's amazing.
She needs to be on the show.
Yes, she should be on the show.
Uh-huh.
Let's add that to our list.
Yeah.
So, but she's amazing. She had me look at my calendar for 2 weeks and then say, okay, what's admin, what's business building, what's customers, member service.
Yeah.
Where am I spending my time? And so much of it was on admin, and I suck at it. I suck at it. Honestly, everybody knows I suck at it. And so I'm like, almost all of it was that. And where it needs to be, in order to, BNI is really cool for an executive director, is it's launch, retain, fill. Right? Launch, retain, fill. You're launching chapters, you're retaining members, and you're filling the chapters that you currently have.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, you have to have member relationships, right? You have to have member support, and you have to make sure they feel loved, right? That's what they have to feel. They have to feel loved, that you care about them.
Yeah.
And so it seems like an unimportant job when I'm doing it. It can seem to other people, they're like, you're spending your time doing what? I'm like, talking to my members. And they're like, how important is that? Well, really important. Right? It's really important. Because if they feel loved, they tell other people, and they want to be here.
People want to feel valued. That's
Yes.
really it. And so much of this relates to when I worked at Starbucks and working with a small team. I mean, there were 25 of us or something, but it's if the manager is babying people too much, they turn into babies. So the fact that you're hey, great automatic response of great question, but not for me. Try one of these other people. It's it's empowering to people, and then they feel and then they have to pick up the slack a little bit and do a little extra work. But it's this weird, I don't know, where they're doing something more to be more invested, but then they feel better about it.
Right. They do.
Yeah.
Well, and they feel I've got an answer. I don't have to wait. I don't have to worry that Ann's not going to get it back to me for 5 days.
I know where to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know exactly where to find it.
Exactly.
I think it makes a huge difference to people. Plus, honestly, what happened for that email happened because 95% of my emails on a Sunday, because Saturday and Sundays when I was answering emails.
Yeah.
All day Saturday, all day Sunday. I just didn't have time otherwise. Yeah. And as I was doing it, 95% of them were, I'm going to add Anastasia to this email. She can help you. I'm going to add Miguel to this email. She can help you. I'm going to, every one of them was somebody else. I'm I don't even have the answer.
That takes time just to forward.
Yeah. And and to make a little note saying, this is what I'm doing. When I'd rather talk to my members and talk to people who are potential members and go out and network and do, So my two jobs are member, taking care of members and bringing in new members.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're the face of the brand.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
Which are people I love to work with.
Exactly. It's fun. Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you know that? That I am in as BNI.
I know. You didn't know that?
When I knew that, I just wasn't sure how you...
You're in BNI representing BNI. It's a little meta. It's, Inception.
Yeah. The idea is that I can ask specifically, hey, I really need an estate planner, or I really need whatever it is. And it puts us in the middle of a chapter and we get to see some of the things that people are complaining about, because I put myself purposefully in a chapter that didn't think I was all that. Right? Where the other chapters are oh, Anne, yay, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
They're I'm not so sure.
That's kind of perfect.
And it's perfect because they'll give me crap.
Yeah.
Right? They tease me all the time.
I love your chapter.
Yeah, my
chapter's so fun to visit.
They're a fun one. But it's
a culture again, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're very similar, I think, to our culture.
Yes.
In our chapter.
Yeah, very similar. But they have more trades, which we need. We need trades. Every trades person listening.
Anybody in the trades, come talk to us.
Exactly.
Come talk to us. It shows you, it shows your people, your members, that you trust BNI enough that you're also right there with them.
Yes.
And being on the front lines of business with them is just going to increase their
credibility,
the credibility and reputation that you have, especially with a chapter that already was nah, we're not really sure. I feel like you know this, right? Your role in the region has vastly changed the region in the last year and a half.
I know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah. So if anyone listening to this has preconceived notions about BNI previous to 2 years ago, it's
totally different.
Totally different.
So I will tell you, one of the things I noticed is that we have bigger businesses come in. right?
Yeah.
Which surprised me. So some people will say, "Oh, I'm too big for BNI," and I'm like, I don't think so.
We want you.
Yeah, we have bigger
We don't have that in
businesses coming
Frederick.
No, it's hard when in Frederick.
Everybody's looking for, and people in our chapter are looking to serve mid to large size businesses now, because people have grown out of just the entrepreneur small business.
I can't feed myself by only taking money from other small businesses.
Larger businesses who you can serve with that larger scale.
Exactly.
So I love that. I mean, I love that. I hope we still keep our solopreneurs, mom, pop shop, make it just kind of that simple structure. But I think expanding into any size business, people are like, I already have all the business I need. Well, you never know.
Yeah. You may, but you also, you know what? Most of you are lonely, right?
Yes.
Most people are lonely.
Yes. That's also why we did this.
Yeah, I think people are lonely and they're out there and they don't even know how lonely they are until they come into BNI and they go, oh, they get me. Yeah. You know? I think when you can say, I'm having, I think that's the first thing I said to you when I came in today is I'm having a really bad day.
Yeah. You want people that you can be real with. I keep going back to why we do this podcast, and it really comes back to just encouraging people to be honest with each other because being a small business owner is so lonely. It's so lonely. We have the office space together so we can just sit there and we're doing the same job. We're both jack of all trades who own a business. It's just the clients we serve and the service we're providing is different. But we both still have to be good at admin and finances and networking and sales and everything that you have to do in order to run a business really by yourself or with a small team of people until you get to that point. But
I have to tell you, so I'm not encouraging this. Anybody who's listening, I'm not encouraging this.
Disclaimer.
Let me say, I'm really not encouraging it. But I do have a friend and a member who calls me at 5:30 or 6 in the morning. And he'll text me first and he's like, hey, are you walking? And I'm like, I am walking.
I'm like, who is it?
And actually, you don't know him. He is in a different region. He was in my old chapter.
Okay.
But he'll call me with things and he'll say, hey, I have an employee who I think might have a drug problem. What would you do? Right?
Yeah.
Or I have an employee who did this, or whatever it is, or God, I'm really worried about, I have a vacation plan, but this thing is happening. Should I go? And we'll talk about things that we can talk about because, my spouse is wonderful. He really is. But he doesn't own a business and he works with a big bank, a really big bank, right?
Yeah.
And so he doesn't get the small, it doesn't feel small to me.
Yeah.
Right? When somebody doesn't pay me, that doesn't feel small to me. And he's like, well, that's not an $8 billion deal. And I'm like, no, but it matters to me.
Yeah.
And you would get that, right? You would get when that check doesn't go through or when something happens or, or a member gets mad at you, whatever. You would get it. You would understand it. And he doesn't quite get it. So you can have a wonderful spouse. He's wonderful. But if you don't have people who can support you in business, and so I don't care whether you're a mom and pop or you have 10 employees or you have 100 employees, you need somebody who can listen to you when you're struggling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's where BNI gives you that, and then just you need that. Because I was going to say the same thing. My other half is phenomenally supportive. He's always been a W-2. He's always worked for the car sales industry. Completely different. I'll sit there at night and say something and complain. He's like, really? I'm like, it's big to me, not to you, because you're in a whole different perspective. It's just, and I say every time, I don't want to male bash, but I do think there's a difference between males and females with that. Males sometimes they want to try to solve your problem and not just listen.
Yes.
And you and I do that sometimes. I'm like, I just don't need you to say anything, just listen. I'm complaining about something, just let me go. Keep your headphones on, even I don't care. Because we'll put our buds in or phones on, just to kind of tune out, but then we know when we need a moment, just, hey, I need to complain to you for a minute, and then we move on.
Yeah.
It really helps. And you need somebody, whether you understand or not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I wonder, I know this is going way off the reservation here, but you just made me think. So for a long time, we were really heavy male. There was mostly men in BNI. When I came in, there were mostly men, right? And I wonder if part of that is that men are lonely, right? And they came in and they found a group of people who they could talk to and they could share with. I will say men, as you probably find this too, the men share with me a lot.
Yeah.
They share with me, I think, more than they share with each other. So they'll come to me with things that they're feeling that that I don't think they share with other men. And so I think they kind of like having women in the group.
Yeah.
It's true. The dynamic to bounce off each other.
It's true. Like somebody visited our chapter once, and then I think she transferred in. She was like, "It's weird. Your chapter's like mostly women." I was like, I mean, it is. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think women naturally try to find community, and men are like, "Oh, I can do it myself on an island." Talking about travel, but anyway, but it's interesting that you've seen the switch. I mean, but like masculinity on like a greater scale is like, I feel like it's changing too. Like, what's the norm and stuff? I don't know, just something I'm observing.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the percentages of each chapter.
I will tell you, it's still not good. It's still not good. I say to my chapter all the time, you're going to have to cut this out. Okay.
I know you
do have to cut this out.
I go in there, I
cut it out.
Cut it out. They were like, oh, women in the trades. And then I was like, I was on the board of Professional Women in Building Council. So like, you're more than just BNI. Tell us what else you do. Yeah. Because you're such an Energizer bunny.
I am an Energizer bunny.
I will always have that in my vision that Halloween. That was the best.
That was my Jordan's idea to wear that. She was like, "Oh, you have to wear this."
I feel like this. I know I had met you before that, but I feel like that's the first time I like
knew you.
Yeah, like knew I met you.
Yes. Yeah. And I am. You're right. I am like nothing but energy, but I rest. I actually rest really well. I really do.
Do you crash pretty good?
Yeah. At night, I'm
on
done.
And off.
Like 6 o'clock. I mean, unless I'm networking, I am off. I am off.
So you have to be in order to be on later.
Exactly. Yeah. But I have a charity for suicide prevention. I started it because of my son, Ethan, who was a survivor, and 3 years of pure hell with him. It was really awful. It was terrible. And I think our whole family, like how we survived it, I don't know. The whole family was affected. I think people don't realize that when your family goes through it, it's contagious. And so kind of everybody in the family heads down that same hole.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous. And so Ethan survived. We lived in a community with a lot of suicides. Actually, they did a study about our community at the University of Chicago. They did a study about our community in Severna Park. It was that many suicides. Yeah. And they said, interestingly, in the study, they said, we're not sure there's anything you can do to stop this. And I didn't read the study until, again, this goes back to my I do a lot of things where I'm too stupid to know it shouldn't. That it shouldn't work. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that they said that. And my theory with Ethan, our theory was we need to start talking about it. And if we start talking about it and we make it not a secret, then it won't be a secret, right? And it will help. Because so Ethan went to the hospital the first time. And when we checked in, they said, where do you go to high school? And he goes, I go to Severna Park High School. And they said, oh, Suicide High.
Whoa.
Yeah. And interestingly, I had said to Ethan, don't you think there's anybody you could talk to at the school? Don't you think people would understand? And Ethan said, no, nobody would understand. When we started opening up about it and we started talking about it, everybody came forward. Everybody. And I mean everybody. Like everybody we talked to said, oh yeah, our family deals with that too. Everybody. Wow. Not a single person was not dealing with it. And so the first year had this event, and it was supposed to be this tiny little event. And by the way, planned it in 25 minutes. I tell people, I planned the first one in 25 minutes. We had 10 bands, and we did it in over a period of 8 hours. We had a ton of people show up, and we raised, I guess, about $9,000 the first time, which was, like I said, planned it. I was like, we're going to have it in 3 weeks. We did it. So burgers and bands for suicide prevention. And this year will be our 10th event. It's unbelievable that we've done it.
It's amazing.
Times. It's really cool.
Yeah.
You've got to come.
Yeah,
absolutely. When I tell you how great it is, people who come are like, you did this? And I'm like, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you had me at burgers, but yeah, absolutely. But we talk about mental health on this thing a lot. And like, I think the only way to break down that stigma is just to be open and honest about it. It's like, I have depression, anxiety, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Like, I've been in therapy for a long time. And like,
I have anxiety.
Yeah, she does. Oh my God, yeah. But yeah, you got to talk about these things.
Most of us struggle.
Yeah.
Most of us struggle in some way. And if you've ever struggled, then you get panicked because you're like, oh gosh, where's it going to go? How bad? I lost a friend.
And you feel alone in it until you, like you said, talking about it.
Until you talk about it.
Yeah.
And so we started this thing. Now we have 3 stages and 30 bands, which is absolutely amazing.
Wow,
It's May
awesome.
17th will be the event this year.
Okay.
But I've had the police department call me and tell me our suicide rate is down.
Wow.
The high school has called me. The middle school has called me. Everybody, I have spoken to the churches. Everybody is like, the suicide rate is down. And this is what changed. What changed is we talked about it,
Yeah.
right?
Where's the money going?
The money goes into the schools. Oh my God, it was so hard to get people to take the money. Like you would think, it was so hard. This was the hardest thing. So at first, the first year we raised money and we gave the money to American Foundation for Suicide Prevention because that's what it was for.
Yeah.
They had come. I was sat on the board for the walk, this Out of the Darkness walk.
Yeah.
And they said everybody who sits on the board does a fundraiser. Well, being me, I was like, I'll do a great big fundraiser.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, so we did this great big fundraiser, and it was pretty amazing, right? It worked out well, but after that, we were like, the next year we raised $60,000 or $65,000.
Oh my
we're like,
God.
okay, well now what do we do with the money? Well, we went to the schools and we're like, hey, we have money, and they're like, like nobody would take it, and we were like, I don't understand, take my money.
Yeah.
So we went to the board of education, and we said, hey, we have this charity, we want to give grants, and it's really easy. You go online, you apply for a grant. Basically, it's not like you don't have to have a grant writer. You basically say, this is what I want to do with the money. Right? And for the most part, we give it to you. There have been, I think there's one that we didn't give, and it was because it was a Trump haters club. We're like, that's not really for mental health.
Yeah.
But we've done things like we've done for an elementary school, we did, actually for multiple elementary schools, we did peace walks, which are like these little things they put in the hall, and the kids, if they're having a hard time, they go down the hall and maybe they do jumping jacks here, they touch their hand here, they put a foot over there. They're doing different things. It's trying to get their mind to settle.
Well, I mean, like what I've learned, there's so much power in like the somatic stuff with your body that really you wouldn't think has anything to do with like the emotions and stuff.
Like we said about grounding, we're trying. We got to do that every day. We're supposed to ground.
Oops. But find those coping mechanisms.
That couch is our.
Yeah.
We're not afraid when we have a moment. We come in here.
Shut the door. It's like dark as hell in here.
And lay down. You just need that moment to reset.
Did you guys take that from me? Because you know that I did that, right? In my old office.
No.
The first thing I bought a couch.
You can tell I slept on that pillow. It's so worn.
Yeah. Our office. Yeah. We had a blanket. We had pillows. And everybody. And actually, my last office, we had, my couch was actually in the lobby. We couldn't turn off the light. I couldn't turn off the lights in the lobby without turning off the lights in the rest of the office. So I'd say to everybody, taking a nap.
We would do that. This couch was out there. We would do that.
Yeah.
But then we moved it in here.
Yeah. But it's nice if you ever need to like watch a movie.
I forget we have the fire on there now, or the Roku.
Yeah. So it's anyway, your mental health is so important, and and I think just talking, making it public, making it something that, so it used to be that people would call and say there was another suicide, and they'd whisper it. Right.
No,
and then it became this thing that we're like, there was another suicide. What can we do to help the family? And what do we do to talk to it? Because the parents, I think that was one of the things that was that nobody talked about. The parents in the community were terrified. We were terrified because so many kids were dying. And is it going to be our kid next? But we were all so terrified. Instead of saying, instead of talking about it out loud, nobody was doing that. And now we're all talking and saying, hey, how are they doing? And how are you doing? Yeah, that's a big thing. Your kid's got depression. How are you doing? Yeah. Because it's hard.
It's taxing.
How old is your son now?
29 years old and doing really well.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll tell you my favorite story about my son right now. He just bought a piece of land. Different kind of kid. Such a different kind of kid. Because I think you guys have met my oldest son, Blaze. He's in a chapter. Yeah. He's got a mullet.
He does have a mullet.
But my middle one has always been an outside the box thinker. Bought this piece of land, and I said, what are you going to do with it? He says, I'm going to build a house. And I'm like, okay. Who's going to build it for you? He's like, oh no, I'm going to build the house. And I was like, okay. Well, that'll take some time. So what are you going to do until you build the house? Are you going to get a trailer and put it on there, like a little camper? Which I think is a reasonable thing to do, get a camper.
Yeah. I've thought about it.
Yeah.
I don't have any money.
Land.
Yeah. And more money. I don't have any of those.
Well, not getting a camper. gonna build a tree house.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
Gonna build a tree house and live in a tree house
Amazing.
while he's building a house.
What an out of the box
Oh my-
thought. Who would have thought?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Well, I
That's
mean, like,
amazing.
that's exciting. As someone who struggled with depression, like, it feels very, like, crippling. Like, the world is so small. So to be able to, like, come out of that and now create this thing and use your imagination to build a tree house because you can, because
Because
life has no rules.
Right.
Like, that's awesome.
No
It's
judgment.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because my oldest son and I were both oldest, right? And the oldest we have. Are you an oldest as
I'm
well?
old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a baby.
When
You
you're
are
the
a baby.
oldest, there are rules, and you
Yeah.
follow the rules, and you just do the things. And building a tree house is
Not what
Right,
you would
it's
put in
not
your
what you
radar.
do.
Yeah.
and
It's the practical rules that you follow.
exactly.
Yeah.
But my oldest one called me, and his first reaction was, "What? Right? What?" And then he's like, "But you know what? Ethan's just gonna be. It's gonna be the world's best tree house."
Okay, so we're going to do, well, first off,
It's nice and warm. I was sitting on
oh,
it.
good. I'm
Yes.
just wondering. You have to make a rapid fire noise. So when I say rapid fire, you will insert rapid fire noise. So ready? Now it's time for rapid fire.
Pow pow.
Amazing.
There's a story behind pow pow. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Pow pow. I love it. Okay, so coffee or cocktail?
Oh, coffee. I gave up booze.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the easy
true.
answer.
I didn't know if you gave, I was like, she could have been one
Could
of those
be
people.
coffee or mocktail.
Coffee or mocktail?
Mocktail.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if you gave up coffee too. I was like, I knew booze, but I wasn't sure if you were like
I
a
gave
tea
up
drinker.
caffeine. I drank it today, and that was a bad decision.
Oh, yeah, that's
That was
hard.
decaf.
It still got me.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is mostly decaf. Time blocking or flying by the seat of your pants?
Flying by the seat of my pants.
Okay.
I wish I was
Yeah.
a time blocker.
Risk taker or cautious planner?
Oh, risk taker, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to do the second part?
All right. Sorry, I forgot we have these. When life gets chaotic, what version of you shows up first? CEO, chaos gremlin, therapist, or comedian?
Oh, CEO.
Yeah.
I think CEO.
You just take charge?
Yeah, I have to take charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was an easy one. I like the chaos gremlin.
I also like
Whatever
chaos
that
gremlin.
means.
You know, I mean, I have to tell you, it is, but it's hard. If you want to do the CEO thing, it's hard because sometimes you're not in charge. Like I told you, the thing that's happening in my
Yeah.
life right now, I'm like, I'm not in charge,
No.
and that's really hard.
That's a
Yeah.
tough, when you're used to being the one.
Yeah, especially. Yeah, I think
I'm
most,
like, these are the things you do.
yeah,
Here's
yeah.
how you fix this.
I think
Yeah.
like most like business owners would relate to that, where it's like, oh, well, I have to fix it, and it's like, well, no, you can't fix it.
And that's not an answer anybody wants to hear. They want an answer.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So what's one thing your boss is hell at and one thing you're totally faking?
Oh gosh,
Ooh, what is she
these are.
thinking?
Oh my gosh, boss is hell at.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know what? Conflict. I am really good with conflict.
Yeah.
I am. I
You
just had.
Take it head on.
I
and-
just had a conflict with some. I had to go to somebody and tell them they couldn't talk to another person, and it was because she was afraid of him.
Oh.
And I knew he had good intentions, but I had to say it. And that was a hard conversation to have, but I'm really good at it. So I said, this is going to be hard for me. It's going to be hard for you, but we have to have this conversation.
It shows you're in the right role, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
absolutely.
worked
It's
out
probably
really
the
well.
success.
Yeah. And what am I faking? I am 100% faking confidence.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but we were saying that about
Yeah.
in another podcast. We were talking about just the
We're talking about you.
no, not about you, but just confidence. How most people with confidence are very insecure.
Yeah.
Am I dreaming that, or did we talk about that?
We've probably talked about it. I feel like mine ebbs and flows.
Not saying you are, but I think
It really
all of
depends
us
on my menstrual
as
cycle.
business owners, I think that's really we always try to exude that confidence, where whether it's there or not, you fake it till
Yeah.
you make it, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a shit day.
Yeah.
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 And
I
it's
mean,
okay to have a
I
shit
can
day.
be confident. There's things I'm confident about, but it is like I'll say to Blaze, I am so awesome, and he's like, you're so confident. I'm like, I was kidding, right?
Right.
Like,
I'm saying that to try to lift my own seat.
I have two more I want to ask her, but I'll just do one.
Okay.
What's the most boss bitch decision you've ever made in your career?
oh
You could do the
gosh,
last one.
the most boss bitch decision I've ever made. Buying BNI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be
Yeah.
buying BNI, right? I like it.
Quick answer, but what kind of inspired? Was there like just a pivotal moment where you just said, you know what, I'm going to do this? Or has it
Yeah.
been something in your brain that said, this might be fun?
when she said she was going to sell it, I didn't question it. And when I said to Anastasia always makes me wait. Do you guys know that? No matter what I'm going to do, she's like, give it a day.
I can
always
see
she
that
knows
for
you.
give it a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And when I said I was going to buy BNI, she's like, oh, absolutely. Yeah. What do we do
She
next?
didn't ask you to.
No.
Wow.
We didn't hesitate. There was no hesitation.
You guys are the perfect little like power duo.
It works really well.
Yeah, like
Did
us.
you see those pictures I sent of you?
I
You
love
guys are like
those
laughing
pictures.
over
I
there.
love those
Yeah,
pictures.
it was
It kind of reminds me of you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're my Anastasia.
Yeah, you're definitely.
Just
And
kidding.
no, but in a good way, like because our personalities like are different but similar, and we really complement each other well.
Yes. We actually
You need somebody
we took
like that can sit there and.
tests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we should do that.
Years after.
INF key.
ENF. ENFJ? ENFP?
That sounds
We should do
right.
that.
J sounds right.
I'm definitely E.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know
Yeah.
what
At least
I am. I'm just saying letters.
You're definitely
Yeah.
an
I definitely know.
I. Yeah.
Yeah. We took it, and when we looked at it years later, we were like, oh, this is why this works.
Right. Yeah. We
Because
should do
we
the,
complement each
what is
other.
it, DISC survey?
We did the DISC, we did the Enneagram, the Strength Finders,
Oh, yeah.
and the Colby assessment. So we did
Oh,
4
okay.
assessments.
Wow.
Actually, you're going to have to cut this in here somewhere, please.
Yeah.
I meant to say there's a book called Who Not How. That
Who
book will
Not
save
How.
your life. Who Not How.
Okay.
Because it is how an entrepreneur can run a business if their question isn't how am I going to do that, but who's going to help me do that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think I'm in a very weird spot in business where I'm like figuring out where I want to get to. And I feel like you said earlier, it's like things that have happened in business have kind of just happened. I started my business out of kind of happenstance as well. And everything that's like projected it forward is like just kind of fallen in my lap. And it's like, I'm trying to figure out like, how do I grow from here? There's so many ways in which I can do it. And it's like, do I force it into this way or do I wait for the right thing? And it's just interesting.
So trust the process. So trust the
Yeah.
process. Here's why. I'm just going to tell you. So you said best decision, right? Biggest boss best decision. Buying BNI. But if you look at everything I've ever done, it led to this. Everything I've ever done. I decided to be a stay-at-home mom, right? That seems like it wouldn't have led to anything, right?
Yeah.
But I had all this time that I was able to go on adventures with my kids. And my husband would come home. He's like, where are you? I'm like, we're in Dover, in England. He's like, okay. Yeah. He's like, I was thinking there's going to be dinner on the table. No, we're in Dover.
Oh my God.
So I had these adventures with the kids. And then I started that blog, and the blog became really popular. And then I started a YouTube channel and a podcast. And then I started working for him. Actually, this guy said, can you run my magazine? So I ran his magazine. And then every single thing I've done, my next step was I needed to get out of the house because Ethan was so depressed and I was losing it. And so I'm going to go help people find running shoes at a running shoe store. And I start running their marketing department.
Nice.
Right? And then that was so awful that I was like, I'm going to start a marketing company.
You're like, I'm tired of this bullshit.
Right.
Making no bullshit marketing.
Exactly. And then I went from that to I joined a BNI, and that grew this. That wasn't supposed to be a business, right?
Yeah.
That was just something I was going to do until I did a resume to get a real job.
Yeah.
And then look at you. That's
Wow.
And then it led to this. And
Yeah.
so I think, you fall into it, but it's not, I don't think it's just that you're falling into it. I think you're leading your way there, but the universe is clearing things. Maybe there's something more for me out there, right? But I just feel like this is the place I'm meant to be.
At least right now, yeah.
I truly believe in that. We were just talking about the other day too. It's just whether religious, spiritual, whatever, you have to trust in the process, trust in the universe that it will provide.
Yeah.
You know, because we have to say every day we look at each other like, what are we doing?
Right.
Do we have to go get another job? Like, do we have to get, she's like, I'm going to text Starbucks, see if they have position open. Like, we have those moments, and I say, trust in the process. And then we have a good day. Like, look at us.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
But, it's not for the faint of heart. But once you get there, you have to trust that the end point is where you need to go. The journey is maybe a little bit, but when you know you're there, you're there. Like, you found your spot. You found your home. Like, I know this is what I want to do. I know this is what you want to do. It's the grinding and the getting to that point where it will never feel 100%.
Yeah. But I mean,
but
I feel like I'm very much betting on you. Like your business, it's been so fun to like be part of that, the marketing side of it, and like building your brand and the photos and putting it all together, and the website we made, and then the podcast and all, so it's like, that's just really cool.
The
That
evolution
feels
of it.
right,
Yeah.
So
Just need the money to follow.
What does being a boss bitch mean to you?
This one's great. It means making yourself big. Stop making yourself small.
Ooh, that's a new answer.
Always wear your fat pants.
Well, I say to people, you guys, I'm 5 feet tall. Were you surprised when you met me the first time that I was as little as I am? I'm a little person, right?
Yeah.
I tell people
Are you
all
taller
the
than
time.
her?
Yeah, I think yes.
Can I ask you a small person question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Traveling with Courtney. I was so amazed. We were in the airlines and we were in the extra legroom seat. She could put her legs all the way out and touch she's so short. She didn't touch the front.
Yeah.
And then, when you get up after the flight's done, she stood up and didn't even hit her head.
No.
She's shorter than me.
I don't hit my head.
That's just
Anastasia is not like, she was flying with me, so she kind of thought she could stand up, and she hit her head really hard.
It hurts.
And
I got
my
pictures of
feet
it.
don't touch the seat in front of me in an extra leg room, so I actually won't take. They try to give me those seats. I'm like, I don't want those seats.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't need it.
I needed it
because
for you.
if I can't reach it, I can't put my feet up.
Right.
I need to be able to put my feet up somewhere.
They need
Because
to
my
be
feet
somewhere.
don't reach the ground.
Yes, thank you very much.
So yeah,
It's a common problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just laugh. I laugh at your small girl problems.
Final fun prompt.
Ooh, that's a good one. What are you most optimistic about in the next 12 months?
Oh, I am so optimistic about our growth. I really am. Like, I know we're going to grow. I watch it. I said we were going to hit a snowball, and we have hit a snowball. We are growing so fast, and it's not easy. Like, it's not like, I couldn't step away and watch it keep growing, but I'm getting close.
Yeah.
I'm getting close to that because everybody, I think, has bought in.
Yeah, it's pretty infectious.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, your personality, the
Positivity.
the positivity, like toxicity in any environment, community,
Kills.
whatever that is horrible, and it
Kills it
spreads so
fast.
fast. But positivity,
It's also contagious.
is contagious
in a good way.
Yeah.
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 I
love
have seen it. I went to a chapter yesterday that I haven't spent much time at, and I just watched I watched it, and the smiles and and everybody was so excited that I was there.
All right. Do you want to do a travel joke?
We want to do a travel
will.
joke.
Leave with a travel joke that I do every week at our meetings, and everybody hates them because they're such grown-ups.
But we love them.
It's a love-hate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So where do crayons go on vacation?
Ooh, I don't know.
Colorado.
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 Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh my
I have
gosh.
so many groaners.
They're horrible.
I love them.
My favorite
That's how I do it.
is always the Holland wooden shoe one.
Do you want to? I'd want to go to Holland one day. Wooden shoe.
It's so funny. I told it to a guy from Holland. It was awesome. But thank you so much for being on our show. Thank you for being a boss bitch and for being our boss bitch.
Yeah,
BNI
being so
at least.
transparent and coming up this way, and hopefully
And making
fun to do in
yourself
Frederick.
bigger than the 5-foot frame that you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. Thank you. And Kim, where can they find out about our show?
We are on Instagram, BBOF Podcast.
Yep.
And we have our website,
Yep.
BBOFpodcast.com.
Oh boy. You can find us on Spotify and Apple at BBOF Podcast.
Yes.
Yes, you can. But thank you, Kim, for being here. Thank you, Anne, for being here. It's been fantastic. And
thank you for being here, Courtney.
Thank you so much.
Skinny Pants Roman.
Courtney Skinny Pants Roman out. And this is another episode of the Boss Bitches of Frederick. And we will see you next week.
See you there.
There it is.
This was fun. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I knew it would be.